you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Nelly. For those of you that are new, that's never how I start my videos. What is happening? Hey guys, it's Nelly. Welcome back to my channel. So today we are doing a makeup tutorial. I feel like I haven't done a makeup tutorial in a very long time, and this is going to be a first impressions video. A bunch of the stuff that I am going to be trying today is first time using. It's my first time using it, and honestly I only have like 2 things that are not new. Everything else is completely new, and everything is affordable or from a drugstore, which I'm so excited for that. So I'm not going to talk on too much. We're just going to go ahead and get started with the look. The first thing that I am going to be doing is I am going to take this e.l.f. liquid lip primer. I am going to be using a liquid lip today, so I am going to use this to prime my lips for my liquid lipstick later on. Next up, I'm going to go ahead and move on to my brows, and I am using the new CoverGirl Soft Brown Ultra Fine Brow Pencil. This is what it looks like. It looks just like a regular pencil. It brings a spoolie on one side and then a pencil on the other side. So I'm just going to brush my hair up, and I am going to fill in my eyebrows like normal. Now my brow technique has not changed, so I'm just going to really quickly speed through this part because I fill in my brows the same exact way that I have been doing for the past couple of months. Let's move on to the eyes. I'm gonna leave my brows like this for now, and then later on we'll go back in, we'll brush them up a little bit more, and we'll set it with some clear brow gel. But for now, let's go ahead and move on to the eyes. So I am taking the CoverGirl Lid Lockup. This is an eyeshadow primer, and if you know me at all, you know that I like to go in with a concealer to prime my eyelids. I always do that, but they recently sent me this, and I was like, you know what? Let's just go ahead and try it. So I am just going to go ahead and put this all over my lid to prime for eyeshadow. It's so sticky. Ooh, my lips are sticky too. You see that? So for the eyes, I am going to be using this new palette, and this is called the Boss, and then it's kind of like a little bit of a bad word, so I'm not gonna say it. This is a family-friendly video, but it's called #BossIsBeauty, and it's just a really pretty eyeshadow palette. So I'm gonna go ahead and try this out and see how I like it. It looks pretty pigmented and seems nice, and it says Boss is Beauty in the actual eyeshadows. Like, you see some of the eyeshadows have letters in there, so I think that's really cute. So we're gonna go ahead and use this palette and see how we like it. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with the shade Grace. It's a nice vanilla shade, and I am going to apply this all over the lid just to kind of set that primer and that concealer. And I've had the primer on for a little bit, the lid primer, and so far it has not creased, and that is amazing. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and take the shade right next to it, which is called Believe. It's a nice transition shade for the crease, and I am using this with a ColourPop E2 brush, and I am just going to apply this to my crease from inner corner to outer corner. Next up, I'm going to go in with the shade Motivation. It's just a little bit darker than that previous shade that we used. It's a little bit more chocolatey, whereas the other one's a little bit more like a brownie shade. So I'm going to take that using a Sigma E40, and again, I'm just going to place this in my crease very messily. I don't want anything too intense. I just kind of want to add depth to my crease. For my lid color, I don't have a new color to try because I really want to do something a little bit more on the yellow side. So I'm going to go into my Subculture Palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. I've been using this a ton recently because I really have been enjoying it lately. And I'm going to take the shade Edge, which is that yellow shade, and I'm going to take this with a shader brush, and I am going to pack this all over my entire lid. I'm going to go back into that Subculture palette, and I'm going to take a little bit of the shade New Wave, and I'm only taking a little bit of this, and I'm going to mix it in between my crease shade and the lid shade just to kind of make sure that those two colors kind of just mix in together. So just putting this right there in the middle to just kind of mix those two shades together. I'm gonna go back in to the Boss palette and I'm gonna take the shade Winning, which is a little bit darker. And I am going to place this in the outer corner right here and up towards the crease. I'm gonna go ahead and take a makeup wipe and I'm just gonna wipe off any of excess fallouts, which I didn't have a ton of, which I'm very, very happy about that, because sometimes a lot of the matte shades can have a ton of fallout, especially in the Subculture palette, but I did not get that today, which I'm really happy about. So we're moving on to the face. So I'm going to start off by taking this rose gold elixir. It says 24 karat gold infused beauty oil and it's from the brand O2O. I love the packaging. It's like a really cute rose gold packaging. So let's go ahead and put some on. It's going inside my nose. Oh wow, this feels so moisturizing. I think I put a little bit too much, not gonna lie. Let me wipe some off of my pants because I put a little bit too much. But this feels so good on the skin. Wow. So we're gonna go ahead and try this new Revlon Photo Ready Color Correcting Pen. I'm not sure if this is new or this is just new to me, but yeah, this is in the peach shade, the 030 shade. I'm gonna go ahead and try it because I do own it, so might as well give it a chance and try it out. I'm also gonna put some right here where I have this blemish. Anywhere where I have some blemish and darkness, I am going to place this around my nose. Let's go ahead and blend it out. I am using my Morphe E54 brush to blend this out. Okay, so for foundation, I am trying the new Revlon Photo Ready Insta Filter Foundation, and I am in the shade 150, or at least that's the shade that I am going to be using today. So you just twist this up and it applies. So let's, okay, yeah, that is too bright for me. So let's go ahead and mix it. We're gonna go ahead and try 240, and yeah, that's more my color. And we're just gonna mix the two together. Now, am I supposed to use the applicator to apply this? Okay, so I don't like how the applicator applies it. I'll go back in with that Morphe E54 and just kind of buff this into my skin. That is one layer of foundation, and I'm getting like a medium coverage. As you can see right here, you can still see some of my redness, just like this breakout. You can still see it. You can see my freckles a little bit. I don't know if the oil that I applied underneath made it nice and sheer and shiny. I would have to try it without a primer to see what it's really supposed to look like, but so far it looks pretty good. The color's a little bit off, just a tiny bit, because it does have some pink undertones to it. So I'm going to take another layer just to see if we can get some more coverage. So that is 2 layers of the foundation, and it is super dewy, at least on my skin. Can you see how dewy it is? Again, that could be the oil that I applied underneath that's making it this dewy. Maybe with a more mattifying primer or with no primer at all, the foundation will kind of settle in a little bit more. I'm gonna really quickly apply some concealer off camera because I don't have any concealer to show you guys. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use any of my regular concealers, and then I will be right back to finish the rest of the face. I'm gonna go ahead and set my under eyes using the CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Powder in the shade 710 Classic Ivory, and I'm gonna actually use my sponge. I'm just gonna mix that in there. I'm gonna grab some of that powder. It smooths everything. Whoa. Wow, wow, wow. So it definitely smoothed everything out. It is a little bit darker than what I was going for, but that's okay because I felt like my under eyes were bright anyways. So, wow. I'm going to take that same powder with that same sponge, and I'm just going to set the rest of my face because this powder wow, it just blurred everything. Like everything in my skin is blurred. Like all of my pores, all of the texture, everything is blurred. So I'm gonna go in with that same powder, but now I'm taking the shade 745, which is warm beige. So I am just going to run this around the perimeter of my face, just to kind of bronze up a little bit and bring some color back into our skin, because that powder just made me look a little bit too gray and I wasn't going for that gray shade. Go ahead and finish off the eyes. I'm gonna go back in to my Boss palette and I'm gonna take a mixture of Motivation and Winning, and I'm just going to apply this in my lower lashes. And then I'm going to go into the shade Edge, which is that yellow shade that we use from the Subculture palette. And I am going to smoke this in my lower lash line. I'm going to be really smoky with it and really smoke it out. I'm going to take a brown eye pencil. Any brown eye pencil will work. This one is from Igo. And I'm just going to line my waterline. I'm going to take the CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Glow in shade number 2. It's kind of like a liquid highlight. And I'm going to take that using a pencil brush. I'm going to put some on the back of my hand because I don't want it to be super intense. And I'm going to put this right here on the tops of my brow bone, just to kind of highlight that area and just kind of make it come together and clean everything up. For mascara, I am using the CoverGirl Peacock Flare Mascara, and I am going to apply this to my top lashes first. Let's go ahead and move back into the face, and then we'll finish off with lashes later on. I'm going to go ahead and take the CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Glow once again with my finger and just smooth it over, and this is going to be the base for our highlight. For highlights, I am going in with the Revlon Photo Ready Sunlit Dream Highlighting Palette. And this is what it looks like. Very pretty. I'm going to start off with this shade first, and then we'll see if we need to add some of the lighter shade. So I'm going to take some of that and apply it right on top of that cream highlight. Oh, that's very pretty. It's like a very subtle, natural kind of highlight, which I really like. And put some on the tip of the nose and down the center of the nose. I'm gonna go ahead and take this first shade right here, which has a little bit more of a yellowy kind of green undertone, and I'm going to apply this right here in the inner corner of the eyes. Moving on to bronzer, I am going to take my Golden Sand number 7 bronzer. This is not new, but I really don't have a bronzer to show you guys today, so I'm just going to go ahead and use this. I figured that I would use this one because it's affordable and it's one of my favorite bronzers. So I'm just going to pop this right here in the hollows of the cheeks. Put some up on the forehead. I'm also going to put some down my neck because my foundation is a little bit too pinky, so I'm going to put some down here. For blush, I am going to be using the Rude Cosmetics Baked Highlighter in Queen's Glow. It's this really pretty bronzy shade. I don't want to do something really pink because I don't feel like it's going to go with the look. So I'm going to take this powder, which is kind of like a highlighting powder, and I'm going to dust this all over. And I'm going to dust this all over my cheek area, like right in here. See, and it just adds like a really pretty kind of sun-kissed look, and I feel like it complements the eyes really pretty. I'm gonna go ahead and apply some lashes. I am using the Kiss Beauty lashes in the style Teddy. This is what they look like, super wispy, super girly. So I'm gonna pop these on and I will be right back. While the lash glue dries, I'm gonna go back in with my mascara, just to kind of mix in my lashes with the falsies. So I kind of hit it at the base of the lash. And I'm also going to do my bottom lashes. Alrighty, so moving on to lips, that's the last thing that we have to do. I am taking the CoverGirl Queen Collection Major Shade in the shade Cake Walk. So I am going to put this all over the lips. And then I'm going to top it off using the Pixie and Chloe Morello Lip Icing in the shade Cake. It's a nice gold shade and I think it's going to complement the eye looks really nice. I'm going to set everything into place using the Revlon Photo Ready Prep Set and Refresh Mist. Alrighty you guys, so this is the completed look. It's exactly what I was envisioning when I had this look in mind. I wanted to do something with yellow, but not too yellow. So you know what I'm saying? So that is going to be it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe before you go. And I will be back on Wednesday with another makeup tutorial because I upload every Wednesday and Sunday. So I love you. Thank you for watching and I'll see you soon. Mwah.